Hey guys, welcome to another video on People EDC. Thanks for clicking this video. Today we'll be doing another knife. This is the Kizer Mini Mystic. I saw this knife on a review for a different pocket knife, I believe, and I really liked the way that it looked and wanted it immediately. So I went ahead and maybe watched it. Tried to look for a couple other reviews, but couldn't really find anything on it. So I bought it anyway, which isn't like me, but I'm glad that I did, because this is a great knife, and I think that it's definitely worth the money, even though it's a little expensive uh, as far as what I like to spend on a knife, but you should just buy it. You won't regret it. Let's take a look at what we got going on with this thing. So we have micarta, and they call it PEI, or if you want to call it Ultim, for the scales. And it joins together, as you can see, like that. And it does have body screws on each side in the middle of the scales, so I'm assuming that holds it together. We've got their clutch lock, and I have 4 Kizers with the clutch lock, and this one has the best action out of the box, out of what I have. It is so snappy. We'll get into that. And all the other features. There's a lot of stuff to talk about with this knife, actually. Your typical Kizer pocket clip. Good pocket clip, doesn't poke you in the hand. I know that they can recess their pocket clips. I have a knife that's recessed, but most of the time they don't, and that's okay. It's reversible. There's a hole for the other side. And what I think is cool also is they even put micarta here around the pivot. So I think that's a nice touch, because it's not under the Ultim there, as you can see. So they decided to stick it in there as well. This came on this setting when I got it. If you can tell, that's on the next to strongest setting for the clutch lock here. And they must have the stronger springs already installed in this, because it did not come with extra springs. But a couple other clutch locks I've had came with the stronger springs, and I had to put them in it for my taste. But this one's great. It's fantastic action. So thumb studs, of course, for deployment. And the micarta is smooth. And then the chamfered edges are a little rough. It's not too slick, though. If you pull this out of your pocket, it'll grip your thumb and you can pull it out. It's fine. Let's take a look at this blade here. And we've got this drop point harpoon kind of blade with this scoop up here, which is great for putting your thumb or your finger in there. It's very comfortable. And like I always say, I always use my stuff. You can tell that this blade has some wear on it. And I did wipe it off with a cleaning cloth, but I didn't do anything else to it. So it has a stonewash finish on it. I don't know if you can tell right back here where it looks like when it's new. And it's got a pretty pokey tip on it as well. And it is in 154 cm steel. And this is a Munko Knives design. I'll get into some stuff I don't care too much for about the knife, but I really like the knife overall. It's a great user. It's never let me down. When I've used it for stuff and I cut cardboard, plastic, tape, at work. I've used this knife to cut all that kind of stuff. Oh, the jimping right here. Now, not really your typical Kizer jimping as far as how far up the blade it goes. But the jimping it does have is pretty good. And it's like a little ramp. It's great for push cuts. I was really impressed with how good it did with push cuts. The blade itself was sharp out of the box. I've used it a lot over the last like month and a half that I've carried it. It does need sharpened, but it's still not dull by any means. It's got thin liners, so it does have some flex to it, but it's not terrible. If you have the Militaw, it's kind of feels like that same rigidity. Maybe a little, yeah, I don't know, about the same. Let's get, oh yeah, the measurement. I always forget to do stuff with my videos. Probably something I should work on. It's your usual EDC size. It's not too big, not too small. It's about 7.5 to the end of the handle here. And we've got, get it on the tip there. We've got like a 3-inch cutting edge. And the whole blade's like 3.25. So there's your measurement. Oh, the handle's like 4.5 inches. Yeah, to the end here it's 4.5. And the milling, see if I can work my flashlight right this time. It's got milling, skeletonized liners on both sides. So it's a pretty light knife. And like I said, the action on this thing is just like, it's fantastic. Yeah. I will say that the thumb studs could be a little bigger, but other than that, the action is superb, in my opinion. I just messed it up. I am at an awkward angle here also, so just keep that in mind. Oh, one thing that's really interesting I find about this knife. Do you see anything different? There's no stop pin for the blade. The crossbar goes into this little groove. Well, it goes in here like your normal crossbar lock in the open position. But it goes right here in this notch when it closes. And it keeps it closed. It's never came open in my pocket or anything. So there's no stop pin. The crossbar is the stop pin. I think that's pretty cool. It's got a little back spacer and a lanyard post right here. And one thing I will say that's a little uncomfortable is whenever you're sitting there fidgeting with it, since you pull the crossbar into your hand, right? Because that's how you disengage it. This pokey end of the handle here does push in your hand, and you can feel it a little bit, but it's not terrible. Yeah, it's a great versatile knife. The handle's a little thin in this direction than I normally like, but it's still a decent size. I was able to use it easily. And I have XL hands, long fingers, so it's got a good, I can still get a full purchase on it. So let's take a look at the size comparisons here. Get them lined up for you. As always, there's a lot. So I tried my best with my knives to put them in order of size here. We've got the Civivi Mini Praxis, the Kizer Exist, our subject knife, the Kizer Original, and the Kizer Mini Militaw. Bigger than all of them, as you can see. And here we have a version of the Kizer Drop Bear 2, the Civivi Elementum 2 button lock, the Civivi Altis, and the Megaron Norsa. We're getting closer, but still not there yet. We've got the Kizer Bulldog, the Drop Bear, the first Kizer Drop Bear, the QSP Penguin, and the Vosteed Porcupine in this section here. Now the Penguin's getting close, but it's still got some handle on it if you want to include this scoop here. So I think we're in that size range now with these knives I have here. We've got the Vosteed Raccoon, the CJRB Pyrite Light, the Ozark Trail knife that broke the internet, and the Olatan's Geo 6.2 King Penguin. This is more along the size that you're looking at for this Kizer Mini Mystic here. They're all pretty close in size to the subject knife. And last, we got the big boys of the group here. The Sencut Sashi, the Kizer Militaw, the Artisan Simoon, and the Petrified Fish Beluga. As you can see, it's more slender than all of these knives and not as big. So that's what I was talking about, the slenderness. See, the Militaw's a little slender too, but it's still got more width in the handle. So that's all of the size comparisons. And I do have reviews up of several of these knives, and there's more to come. So check out my channel if you would like, and subscribe for more. So that's going to do it. We'll wrap up this video here. Yeah, like I said, just a great knife, all in all. My personal taste, it has a couple things that I guess the slenderness of the handle really, that I don't care for as much, but great action, great versatility, great performance. I mean, even with your index finger, which is my weakest deployment, it's still, I mean, it flies right out. So I don't have any complaints about the action of this knife. It's held up very well, very good performance. Still centered, haven't touched the pivot at all. And I've used it a lot. I've used it pretty hard too sometimes. So that's going to do it. Like I said, please subscribe for more videos and check out my other reviews if you would like, and there's more to come. Bye.